We're gonna scare some horses. We're gonna scare some horses. Are you ready to see what I got? I'm heading down to the barn and we're gonna open the most spookiest package ever. I have been waiting on this package right here to arrive and I'm so excited to open it. So this is something for the horses, for like my training program. I'm ordering a lot of things and putting together this box, and it's gonna be like my desensitization box. And in it will be like, anytime I need to work with a horse on desensitizing, I can grab this box, take it to the ring, and utilize all the things. So this is the first piece to that box, and I'm like so excited over this thing. So I am going to do, in October, since it's the spooky month, I am going to do Spooky Fridays. So I will come on and I will show you all the ways that I'm working to desensitize my horses and all the items that I'm using. And if you are local, you will be able to rent this box from me and utilize it, since obviously it's not something I'm going to be using every single day. So I thought, you know what? Why not rent it out? Like, if you're local and want to, you can come and get it. Okay, so we have, I hope it's all the pieces that I want. Well, it's the most important piece here, so let's see. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. All right, hang on, there's a piece over here. Okay, I'll show you that part in a minute. Oh, I'm so excited. Ah! Here's the first piece to it. Okay, here's the second piece. How do I get into it? I like that it comes with a bag. Okay. I'm so excited. Look at this thing. He's cute. He's cute. So this is a 6-foot blowy uppy thingy. So we were up at the lake and for Labor Day, and we went on the boat to go get some dinner, and we came across this place that had ice cream, and they had one of these things, and I got off the boat and I was like, man, that would be really great to have for desensitizing to the horses, because, you know, they might come across that. And then also it's just a great way to teach them how to control their fear. So I got off the boat and I was like, man, that'd be great. I was like, I wonder if Amazon has that. And then I went to go sit there and I went, what do you call that thing? And my sister-in-law said, blowy uppy thingy. And we both cracked up laughing. And so I go to Amazon and I said, let me see if they got it on Amazon as blowy uppy thingy. I typed in blowy uppy thingy and it came right up with all of these things. So yes, it is a blowy uppy thing, but the actual name of it, in case you're looking for it, and I'll link it below in the video, it is called an air dancer or an inflatable tube man blower. Inflatable tube man, but also blowy uppy thingy works too. So it's got Velcro around the bottom, and so obviously it came all in one piece. It's got a cord to it, a button. So we're gonna go plug this thing up and we're gonna see what the horses think about it in their horse field with them today. All of my neighbors are gonna be like, what are they doing at Rockfish Farm today? What are they doing? All the horses are standing over at the tobacco barn. They don't know what's about to come. Hi! I see you looking. They're all coming to see what I got. Come on. Come on. Hi, buddy. All right, so I do have an outlet right here. It's the first time I've used this outlet. What is that? What is that? I had this outlet installed on our fence line, and it's really for Christmas lights because we like to run the Christmas lights all the way down, and we've never been able to go this far on this line because we just don't have enough extension cords and it won't reach enough. So when we had the electricity added to the barn, we said, can you put one on the fence line? I'm gonna tell you what, this outlet was so expensive. And my husband was like, Jennifer, are you sure you want it? And I was like, worth it to get Christmas lights, but now it's gonna be worth it because we are gonna scare some horses. Not on purpose, but. So there's 2 ways to get your horse desensitized. Number 1 is make that scary thing part of their everyday world, and things like strollers, umbrellas, all those things. Excuse me, ma'am. Don't eat my cord. Don't eat my cord. Don't eat my cord. The other way is to introduce it to them and teach them how to control their fears. And so that's ideally what we want to do. Today, just for fun, we're just setting it up in the horse field and we're going to let them kind of see what they do to this thing. But the rest of my stuff I'm going to be using in the arena, and it's more so just to teach them how to control their fears and teach them how to spook, right? So you can't get a horse to not spook completely, but you can teach it how to do it safely and trust the rider. So anyways, let's get this set up before this horse digs this thing over. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, so there's a piece of Velcro. Hi, yes, I see you. You're kind of in my way. All right, so there's a piece of Velcro that runs along, excuse me, along there, and this thing has Velcro on it too. So we're just gonna attach it. Okay, Reese is checking that out. And then we're gonna turn on the button and oh, he's so cute. Okay, nobody's amused by it? Nobody? Seriously? AJ, don't you want to come check it out? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, that was not exciting. I think he's cute. I thought he was going to be a lot scarier. But I'm going to leave him blowing here a little bit and see if they get curious about it. Okay, I'm going to grab a halter and lead rope and my stick and string. Since they're not amused, we're going to make them play with it a little bit. Applejack has been desensitized to a lot of stuff, so he's not very spooky at all. But he didn't like it when I was trying to touch his back, which I tried to do later. So later on, I'll try to work on that a little bit more with him. You can see he was just a little jumpy, but he's not, like I said, you can't get them to stop spooking completely. You can just help them learn to spook safer, I guess, in my eyes, and introduce them to a lot of things. And so this is something that one day they may come across something like this or moves like this. So what I'm doing is just, getting him to come close to it and stand there. He doesn't have to come all the way up to it right away, but the minute he backs away, I bring him a little bit closer, and then I just let him stand there and kind of get used to it. I'm not, pressuring him to go any further. Little by little I will, but see, he stepped back, but he's getting confident there and getting curious. You can see him starting to sniff it a little bit, but so he's doing pretty good here. So in a second, I'll grab someone else. He's doing really good. Maybe I need to grab someone with a little more zest for life over there, maybe Glimmer, and see what she does. I really have worked with him on desensitizing, and so he's typically pretty calm. But what I would love to work on with him is getting this thing to touch his back and having him stand still, because you saw he kind of got more relaxed. Of course, at first he was all wide-eyed, so it's a good thing, I guess. I was hoping for a little bit more of an exciting afternoon. So So this is Reese. Glimmer kept running from me. She was like, no thank you. But this is Reese. She's the youngest one, so we're gonna see what she does. I have not worked on her with a lot of desensitizing. Apparently she's been to a parade before, but I feel like it might have been a while ago because she does kind of like get she's not as confident as I would hope she would be. So let's see what she does. So Reese wants to move her feet, and so I'm going to let her. So you're going to see me kind of just move her back and forth around this. You know, she's a little bit more scared of this. She's our youngest here on the farm, like I mentioned, but she's happier just moving her feet. So I'm actually going to spend quite a bit of time, and I didn't put everything on camera, but spend quite a bit of time just moving her back and forth around this thing, letting her look at it, letting her, you know, I'm kind of putting her feet to work so she has something to focus on instead of this scary blowy uppy thing. So I am slowly going to ask her to move her feet a little bit closer to this scary object. I'm always going to keep her face pointed towards it. I'm never going to let her butt get to it and her act like she's going to run away. I will always want to keep her nose pointed towards what is scary. And you can see me doing that right there. So you have to kind of play with the horse that shows up. You can see Applejack acted a lot different than Reese is acting right now. And so I'm allowing her to move her feet, getting her more comfortable. And that is going to be the key in getting them quiet, because it's going to give them something else to focus on rather than just standing there and being scared of this thing. It's going to get her to trust me, and it's also going to kind of help gain some respect around some scary objects here. Be on the lookout for a video that's coming up for some desensitization basics, some things that you should do before you introduce your horse to some scary objects. I think it's going to be key for you to stay safe, because if you've got a jumpy horse, we first have to get him quiet before we introduce things that are going to potentially spook them. But that will come another day. So I'm just going to kind of start bringing her in a little bit. She needs a lot more than Applejack did. You can definitely see that. And it may take a few days, and that's okay. But I'm just going to keep bringing her in, letting her stand there quiet. And when she stands quiet, I'm just going to release all pressure and let her stand. Do you see how she's kind of looking away? I think some flies are bugging her, but, I want her to stay with her nose pointed to that scary object. That's going to be key, especially for you to stay safe. So it's taken me quite a while to get her to this point where she's close enough and I'm kind of pointing this thing towards her. And when you go out to do these things, have a time frame that you can work in. Don't expect to just have like 5 minutes to work on it, because, you want to go out and you want to really have the time to get them used to these objects. You don't want to spend, all day, but, have the time that it's going to take to get them used to something. You may get out there and have, something that doesn't scare your horse, and then the next day, the oddest thing that you'll play with will scare your horse. So you just never know what they're going to be scared of. And so take that time and just lots of rewards, treats, keeping them to where they're not too stressed. Like, I don't want her to be too stressed over this. Obviously, there's going to be some because it's something new. And over time, the more things that I introduce her to, she's just going to get more confident no matter what it is. But, having them remain calm is the ultimate goal here. And you can see I'm not trying to spook her. I'm trying to remain calm so that she can feed off of my energy. And I'm trying to tell her, this is not scary. Let's look at it. And I want her to, know that. All right, she's a little bit more nervous about it. So I just kind of kept working. And She didn't like it to touch her, but you know, I think there was definitely progress made. So you saw me pulling her in. I want her to trust me and be confident. And when she does take a little step in, I come right off. She doesn't have to come all the way up to it, but I just want her to trust me that I'm guiding her to something that she may think is scary, but in actuality it's not. And then me keeping her head towards it. I never let her butt face it or think about running or whatever. Her face is always towards that scary object, and that gives them, you know, confidence to go towards what is scary. All right, let's see if we can get Glimmer. So Glimmer is pretty spooky. She came to us pretty spooky. She's done a really good job of learning to control her fears. She used to step to the side to spook, and she would be gone. I mean, gone. So this is huge for her to be standing pretty still for this. She's come a really long way. So she could tell she's really wide-eyed and not loving this thing. Her video ends up cutting off, so there's not a lot of footage of hers, but she did take the longest to let me get it close to her. So you can kind of see here, it's blowing on her. I have desensitized her before to to a blower, so I think that's kind of helped, but she did take the longest. So to really like settle down, like she comes close, but you can see like she's still very wide-eyed, like what the heck is that thing? So again, I'm just going to let her do what she needs to do, whether that be stand there or move her feet around a little bit. I do a little bit of both with her, and so eventually she chills out a little bit. But I am excited to introduce this thing again to these horses at a different setting, like in the riding ring, in the round pen. Set this up, bring them one at a time, and really focus in on getting them more comfortable with it. I don't want them to see it just one time and then that be it. I want to show it to them several times. You can see she kind of jumped back there. She's like, I do not want that thing touching me. So yeah, the round pen and the riding ring, that'll be a great second place to kind of bring this thing and set it up. Well, that's it for today. I think Glimmer did really well. Did you see those eyes in the beginning? Holy smokes, she was scared. But she still has a pretty good reaction to spooky things because we've been working with her. So even though she was the most sensitive to it and took the longest and took the most amount of feet moving, you know, she still was able to like calm down through it and trust me and trust herself, you know, and conquer her fears. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it grabbed all of Glimmer's before my phone cut off, but I think my phone got hot and so cut off. So anyways, like I said, all through October, I'll be doing some Spooky Fridays where I'm introducing some different scary items to horses. And again, I'll have that box to rent out if you're local. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to you soon.